Can you hear me now?
Type 1 in the chat if you can hear me.
Of course, making the first entrance for the opposing tag team is none other than the new
champion, Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy, of course, defeated... Who did he defeat? He defeated Dalton Castle at Dominion to become the first ever Junior Weight Championship. Of course, since he is coming out for tag team action, he decided to leave his title in the back here tonight. He defeated Dalton Castle in a very good match. I do not have a different mic. I'm not exactly sure what's going on. Let me unplug it one more time. So I have not been able to work on tag team entrances. I'm talking kind of quiet because it is night here. My stepmother is sleeping. My two siblings literally just went down for bed. So I'm trying to keep it a little quiet because I don't want to wake anybody up. So anyways, going back to entrances, I will be hopefully setting up these tag team entrances by the next episode, but for now, we're going to be seeing the forces of nature and the forces of darkness, basically making single entrances up until next week. Personally, I love this matchup. Darby Allin, Jimmy Havoc versus Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus, I love it. I can't wait to see what these four men do in the ring here tonight. Of course, another man who is not in Dominion here is Luchasaurus. When he's even in Jungle Boy's corner, he said Jungle Boy wanted to, quote unquote, this is his match, he wanted to face him one-on-one. And so, he was going to. And he did. He won. Jungle Boy's the first ever junior weight champion here in New Japan. Also got announced here tonight, we'll be hearing after our main event from none other than Chris Jericho. Says he has an announcement after the main event of Dominion. He's got an announcement that will change the world as you know it. Very curious to see what Chris Jericho has to say. Luchasaurus, though, out of the four, coming out with the coolest entrance. We'll be seeing. Right now, let's just get through tonight. We got a lot going on. Don't forget, after what happened at Dominion, we have MJF as the #1 contender for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. So, kind of defeats the purpose of a G1 as of right now. But anyways, here we go. Darby Allin and Jungle Boy starting off this match out. Darby Allin, of course, the indie sensation, doing very good for himself here in New Japan. Going one-on-one now, or not one-on-one, but showing up, doing the moves here on Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy, of course, still undefeated since entering into New Japan. Honestly, all four men in this ring are amazing wrestlers in singles action. I'm only hoping that they can bring that charisma into tag team action here as well. And now Jungle Boy tagging in Luchasaurus. For those of you who don't know, I see the future of New Japan in Luchasaurus. I love this man, and I can't wait to see what he can do here in this matchup. I did see AJ, and if I need that arena, I shall use that arena. Right now, Darby Allin still doing pretty good here, even after the tag from Jungle Boy to Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus now with a reversal of his own, and oh my goodness, what a maneuver. Darby Allin now tagging in Jimmy Havoc, already the tag into his partner. These two men, I would love to see these two go at it one-on-one. By the way, in case I haven't said hello yet, hello Zombie, hello Kian, hello AJ, hello Matt, and hello Eon. It is good to see you all here tonight at New Japan Live on Sunday, August 25th. As you know, myself and Matthew, after our previous pay-per-views of Fyter Fest and Dominion, we decided that it would be a little beneficial. We didn't even talk about taking a week break for either of us. It was kind of like a silent contract. It's like, hey, let's just take a week off. We've been working a lot on New Japan and AEW, so we kind of decided on taking a week off, which I think was good, because if you guys didn't check out Matt's stream yesterday, it was pretty freaking awesome. I gotta give the guy credit. His matchups were pretty good. And I could only hope that my return to it is just as good, if not better. And you know what? Since you were sick, I thought I'd be nice and also take off, so that way you could have. So that way I didn't do what you did with vacation and just oh, you're taking a week off now, Matt, huh? Not being true to the friends. And oh my goodness, a nice swift tag in again. These tag teams, honestly, pretty freaking even. And now Jungle Boy, belly-to-belly suplex there. I saw that. CM Punk, of course, he's still under contract here to New Japan, just taking a little bit of a break from wrestling and into the UFC division, where, if you don't know, he did win his first matchup here at UFC, doing his crowd. Of course, did come up a little short, actually a lot short to MJF after Dominion tapped out to him in what seemed less than 5 minutes into the match. Oh! Darby Allin targeting Luchasaurus for breaking up the pinfall. Very smart maneuver by Allin. Making it so that way his tag team partner cannot come to save him. I like this maneuver. You don't see a lot of tag teams going after the partner. Oh, what the heck? Luchasaurus kind of landing on top of the barricade there, like leaning against it with his legs. I'm not sure what he was doing there. So not sure, in case anyone did not hear, since my mic was acting up, the result of the tag team division of Gallus versus OVE ended in a very, very strong victory by OVE. It was 3-0 in the end. But the fact of the matter is that Gallus gave everything they got, and even though the numbers were against them, it honestly didn't that matchup was not with numbers. It was a very good matchup between the two tag teams. But the question is now that Gallus, they're technically not out of the tag team division, but will Gallus be the next ones to face OVE to try and reclaim their championships? Or maybe we'll see one of these two tag teams go against them instead. Wouldn't it be great for Jungle Boy if he did the IWGP Juniorweight Champion as well as the IWGP Tag Team Champions? And oh my gosh, Jungle Boy! What a maneuver by Jungle Boy. Jimmy Havoc now. Jimmy Havoc might be coming for his tag team partner's aid. A reversal by Darby Allin, though. And you could hear the crowd chanting, "This is awesome." And that it is right. As a tag now into Luchasaurus. Reversal by Darby, though. Darby now throwing Luchasaurus against the ropes. Grabbing him, but Luchasaurus, another reversal, getting grabbed from it. A huge clothesline. Allin, though, no-selling it. Getting right back up to his feet. And then bringing the big man down. What a matchup so far between the Forces of Nature and Seekers of Darkness. Such an amazing matchup. I love it. These two are giving it everything they got. What's up, James? As also, we have a new follower, Rule Sleety 699. Welcome to the stream. Darby Allin now going for it again. Huge clothesline, and again, this time dumping Darby on the outside of the ring is Luchasaurus. Guys, in case you don't know, by New Japan's rules, count out, of course, occurs by a count of 20, not 10. I say that every stream, and I will continue to say that every stream. Reversal by Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus now thinking about throwing Allin back into the ring. I think Allin just really needs to tag in Jimmy Havoc. Allen's been in there quite a while against both Jungle Boy and Luchasaurus. Luchasaurus trying to get a tag team maneuver, it looks like, but reversed by Allen. Another reversal by Allen. Luchasaurus now grabbing Allen, throwing him back into the corner. Another reversal by Darby Allin, getting all the reversals when they count. And now throwing the Luchasaurus into the corner. Now we're going to be seeing a tag team maneuver from Secrets of Darkness. No, we are not. Another reversal. Both teams just trying to get a huge tag team maneuver. And we're going to see one from the Forces of Nature. Now just see the stomps from Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy onto Darby Allin. And here we go. Luchasaurus throwing Jungle Boy right into the corner. Jungle Boy now going for the cover on Allin, but Jimmy Havoc to the rescue. And Luchasaurus holding Havoc, make sure he's not going anywhere, and then Jungle Boy finishes him off. What a good tag team match so far. I'd say things are pretty even as of right now, but you never know how things are going to turn out in a tag team match. And now Jungle Boy getting pumped up and getting ready to keep going. This is where true tag teams come to hand, where they dig down deep and they find it in their will to somehow perform a win. A huge sunset flip now from Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy, go for the cover. Oh, Jimmy Havoc about to come to the rescue. Not needed though. Darby Allin was able to kick out a huge maneuver there. Allin needs to get a tag into Jimmy Havoc if they have any chance of winning this match, I feel. Jungle Boy trying to think of what he wants to do next to Allin. Jungle Boy looks like he's going to get ready for that finish maneuver. It's going to work. It's going to work. Oh my goodness, and Darby Allin was busted wide open. Going for the finish maneuver, but weirdly enough, not going for the cover there. Jimmy Havoc now, or Darby Allin now going for a bicycle kick, missing against Jungle Boy. Jungle Boy, going for a tag team maneuver, reversal by Allin. Now Allin is throwing Jungle Boy into the corner. Oh, he's going for a Haluva kick, I think it was the looks of it. Darby Allin now getting the best of another reversal. Oh my goodness, into a vicious DDT. And now Allin with a big maneuver on Jungle Boy. Hello, Josh, by the way. I've realized I didn't say hello to you, and I apologize. How are you doing? Wait, what? Jimmy Havoc took out Luchasaurus, and Darby Allin got the pin. Oh, my goodness. GG, what a good opening matchup between these two. I was saying hi to Josh. What a good opening match between the forces of nature and the Seekers of Darkness. I don't care who won that matchup. The fact of the matter is that it was a great matchup between both of these men, or all four of these men. Darby Allin, though, gave it one hell of a fight. Oh, look at just the blood dripping onto the paint on his face. And again, Darby Allin and Jimmy Havoc. Still an undefeated tag team here. Yeah, I think maybe they're the next ones to face for the tag team championships. They've already had two amazing matches. First off, against the untouchable charisma of Eli Drake and MJF. And now they have a victory over the Forces of Nature. What is next for these two men? Hopefully it's a tag team opportunity. Let's move on to our next matchup. But we see now in the back is none other than Zack Sabre Jr. saying, last week I won an 8-man over the top rope battle royal trying to get a spot in Gallus. It didn't work. They chose Dave Mastiff instead. That's okay. That's fine. But I'm here to lay claim to something else then. There was a 4-man tournament to determine the new IWGP Junior Weight Champion. Jungle Boy has defeated 2 out of the 3 competitors in that 4-man tournament. There's only 1 man he hasn't defeated, and that is me. That is why I am laying claim to being his first defense. I want to face Jungle Boy at the next pay-per-view, and I'm to face Jungle Boy at the next pay-per-view. This is why I did not request a rematch for the NXT United Kingdom Championship, because I knew this title was coming to New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I want this title. And I am going to take it by force if I have to. So now we figured out Zack Sabre Jr. He wants to be that first challenge for the IWGP Junior Championship, currently held by the man who is pinned in this matchup, being Jungle Boy. Will he get that matchup or not? Well, we'll have to find out next week. As we move on to our next scheduled matchup. Our next scheduled matchup is a very personal matchup. Of course, we have the All-American, Real American Jack Swagger, who came up short against TJP to claim the IWGP United States Championship at Dominion. Very, very furious, but there's one man he is upset, and that is Taichi, through all of his speak of calling them aliens and traitors and all that, giving all the Japanese, Chinese, anything that is non-American name a bad name. And Taichi is here tonight wanting to shut up Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter. Will he be able to do it? I don't know. Jack Swagger, so far, almost a flawless record here in New Japan. The only person that has beaten Jack is TJP, the current and the still inaugural IWGP United States Champion. We'll have to see if Taichi can, in fact, take out the All-American or will Jack Swagger get yet another big victory after a quote-unquote foreigner. Of course, this is going to be a very difficult matchup for Taichi because he has that X factor of Zeb Coulter, but he knows Jack can be defeated with Zeb and his Coulter. We saw it with TJP. The only question is, can he do it here tonight? I hope so. As we move on now to the entrances in this matchup. Hold on, I'm just answering a quick message here. Sorry guys, I'm a very slow typer. Alright, of course now we see Jack Swagger still in a very foul mood after losing the IWGP United States Championship. This man, all he was talking about for weeks on end is how he was going to save America, and he came up short. Did it say Shagger? Or Shagga? I'm sorry, I was typing something important. I was typing something very important to someone here in the chat. Of course, then there's this man, none other than Taichi. Says he wants to bring nothing but class to New Japan Pro Wrestling, and he considers Jack Swagger to be, well, classless. He's saying he is everything that is wrong with Americans. Saying that we, the people, should involve all people, not just Americans. Yeah, I know you're good. I know, and that's why I love him, man. I love the fact that this man looks like the freaking Phantom of the Opera. This man is going to bring class to New Japan Pro Wrestling, and it starts here with Jack Swagger by shutting his mouth. Jack Swagger likes to party hard. Alright, here we go. The All-American Jack Swagger and Taichi. First time these two men are meeting face-to-face in the middle of the ring. And here we go. The bell is rang. First opening matchup, and Taichi getting the better of the first grapple. Looks like here on Jack Swagger. So we're going to see a cheap shot. No cheap shot from either side. I appreciate that. Oh my goodness, but a clothesline in the corner. Now Taichi, double drop kick into the corner too. Taichi came here not for a match. He came here basically for a war. He wants to end the mouth known as Jack Swag. Oh my gosh. And then you have this clown, Zeb Coulter. I told you, this man is someone you need to ignore, Taichi, if you're going to win. Zeb is not the threat, it's Jack. See, I can sing a little bit of it. I only know like a couple of things from Family Opera. I know I'm supposed to be the musical man here. But Family Opera is honestly one of those musicals that has eluded me. Like, I don't even know a full song. I know the theme, like when it comes to the male portion, I don't know the female portion. And I can't really sing it right now for obvious reasons that people are asleep in the house, and for the male theme for that portion is pretty loud. So maybe next time when Taichi is in a match, I'll try to book him for next week, so that way I can at least sing that for you guys, if you would like. I know some of you like my singing voice, I know some of you like to make fun of it. It's either of the night. You know, the main theme and the music of the sky. See, I don't even know the music of the sky. You know, it kind of makes me feel like I should go watch Family Opera now. Because it's, like I said, it's one of those musicals that I've never finished, but I've seen bits and parts to it. So now see Jack Swagger going for a huge splash, but Taichi able to get his knees up. I wouldn't mind that either, AJ. I would love to get that. Night, not sky. Sorry. Sorry, Matt. Now we see Taichi getting Jack Swagger into a vicious hold. Is Jack Swagger going to tap out? No, he gets out of the hold. I can confirm one thing, as I'm not really commenting too much on this matchup because I got talking about Family Opera and musicals. The G1 Classic, I honestly was thinking about that. It wasn't for the sole fact that we already have a number one contender being MJF. It would have been the next pay-per-view, so I'm here to announce after the next pay-per-view, which the main event is still going to be Hiroki Goto versus MJF. The next thing after that will be the G1. I am announcing that here, and I'm announcing that now. That will be the next pay-per-view coming to New Japan Pro Wrestling after whatever my next pay-per-view is. And Taichi! Summing up everything he's got. I mean, I should hope it's fine. MJF beats CM Punk fair and square. It's not play till Wrestle Kingdom? Okay, so if that's for Wrestle Kingdom, shouldn't we like do it a little bit later then, not sooner? Because Wrestle Kingdom's a long way away. Like, if you think about it, like, we have to have like 11 pay-per-views before then, and I think Matt and I, we've only had 3, maybe 4. I might be at 4. Just because I did the New Japan Cup. Oh, I get it. Okay. So basically they get the briefcase and they have up until Wrestle Kingdom to cash in for a number one contendership. Okay. Oh, a huge reversal by Taichi there. Taichi might be able to get the win reversing the Swagger Bomb. I kind of want to. I want to do as close to the G1 format as I can. Okay, I think I got you now. So again though, if we're gonna do that, then why? Hold on, Taichi. Nope, not yet. Okay, if they defend it, then that's cool. If we do, okay, so if I do that, the person with the briefcase, I'm going to say is going to defend that briefcase every other pay-per-view. I'm going to say they're going to have to defend that briefcase every other pay-per-view up until Wrestle Kingdom, if we're going to do that for it. Because I don't mind doing that. I don't mind if for the next pay-per-view, instead of doing a pay-per-view, we do the G1, because I know G1 is something that everybody wants to see. Which I am cool doing that. I am 100% cool of doing G1 next instead of pay-per-view. I can honestly do that next weekend, as I have both Saturday and Sunday off. All I would need is an arena, and I can do that. So if that is what everyone would like, then I can plan ahead and try and get that done. So put one in the chat. Put one in the chat if you want the G1 to be the next pay-per-view, and if you put 1.1 if you want it to be next week. Because if you want it to, I could probably make it next week. So 1 if you want me to do G1 next, 1.1 if you want me to try and make it next week. Meanwhile, Jack Swagger going for yet another Swagger Bomb, and again, Taichi reversing the Swagger Bomb. 1, 2, oh, not even a 2. Taichi looking great in this matchup, being able to reverse the Swagger Bomb not once but twice. And now Taichi, is he ready to put away Jack Swagger? I think he is. Trying to think of which angle he wants to come at with that finishing move. And no, Jack Swagger now with a reversal. Jack Swagger. Oh, a huge reversal there by Taichi. Oh, Jack, I think just kicked him right in the shin. Okay, my question is, I could probably do the G1 tournament next weekend, as I have Saturday and Sunday off. And what we'll do is we'll make it a 2-day event. We can make it a 2-day event, is what I'm saying. As in, like, we could do half the tournament on Saturday, and we could do the second half of the tournament on Sunday. My question is, do you want me to do that? Do you want me to do G1 next? And do you want me to do it next weekend? Because I honestly think I could do it. Jack Swagger again going for that huge dive, but Taichi being able to get the knees up. Taichi reversing at all the perfect opportunities. Now Jack Swagger, a huge clothesline now to Taichi. Jack tired. Look at Jack Swagger. Yes, G1 next week, special event. We would do half the tournament on Saturday, and we could do the second half of the tournament on Sunday. You know what? For now, for the G1, let's hold off on that. Jack Swagger getting a huge pickup victory after finally landing that Swagger Bomb. Actually, I'm going to hold off on that. I think we could do G1 next. I'm just going to figure out all the rules and regulations to G1, and then after that, I will decide later tonight in chat if we're going to be doing the G1 next weekend. By the way, I know I was talking a lot in that match, guys, just because I know G1 came up and then we're talking about Phantom of the Opera. That was honestly a really good match. And I feel kind of stupid for talking over it, but that was honestly a really good matchup between Jack Swagger and Taichi. Taichi coming up a little short, but he reversed some major moves from Jack Swagger. So, gotta give props to both these men. Honestly, the first two matches tonight were really good. That tag team maneuver between the Forces of Nature and the Seekers of Darkness was good. And this personal matchup between Jack Swagger and Taichi, honestly, I think was a little bit better. It's just my commentary sucked for it. You'd love to see Taichi in the G1. What I'm thinking for the G1, what we could do, is that you said blocks. Like, we basically have 2 blocks. We have one block be Saturday. We have the second block be Sunday. And the 2 winners of those blocks will face off at the next pay-per-view. I think that would be cool if we do that. But as we move on now, Jesse, do you have the New Japan roster? Because I don't believe I have anyone picked up yet. I do, Kian. After the stream today, I will repost the New Japan Pro Wrestling roster in Universe Chat, so you can pick somebody up. So, okay, so we could have Hiroki Goto and MJF in it too. Okay, I like that. I like that. Oh, yeah. But before we move on to our next matchup, we are then joined in the middle of the ring with none other than MJF and Eli Drake. MJF grabs the microphone and explains, last week, I proved to not just myself, not just to Eli Drake, but I proved to you, to everyone around the world. CM Punk is nothing but old news. He is a washed-up has-been, and he was never the best in the world. You are looking at the true best in the world. It is none other than myself, MJF. And now that I am the number one contender for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, I will prove it when I beat the so-called Last Samurai. All of a sudden, Hiroki Goto's music comes on and enters into the ring. Goto explains, MJF, you seem to talk a big game. But the fact of the matter is, what have you actually done besides beating CM Punk? You failed to win the Intercontinental Championship, currently held by your best friend tag team partner, Eli Drake. You only beat Darby Allin through cheating. And then you lost to Darby Allin and Jimmy Havoc in a tag team match. You also failed to become number one contender for the United States Championship when it was Punk's in a Battle Royal, which, again, you lost to Eli Drake. From the looks of things, it seems like you're not the best in the world. More or less, your tag team partner is. And besides, you can't really be best in the world as long as I hold this. He then holds up the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. But you know what? It's fine, because I just got done talking to management. And I kind of want a taste of what I'm in for. That's why the main event tonight is going to be myself versus Eli Drake. And I welcome you to be in his corner, Maxwell. And dare you to enter into the match, because as soon as you do, it will be the last mistake you ever make. Let's move on now to our next scheduled matchup. It's, oh dang, Hiroki Goto saying, of course, MJF trying to prove that he's the best in the world. But the fact of the matter is, I mean, MJF, what Goto said, MJF literally has only won one match here in New Japan. Well, technically he's won two. He beat Darby Allin, but he cheated to do it. But then he made CM Punk tap. And Goto saying, of course, he's not the best in the world unless he holds our world championship. But before we get to our main event, we have this matchup. It is a triple threat match. The winner of this matchup will, of course, be facing TJP for the IWGP United States Championship at the next pay-per-view. If there is a new briefcase, I will be taking that, AJ. Thank you. So, in case you guys don't know the three men in this matchup, it is Desmond Xavier versus Killer Cross versus Shingo Takahashi. Three men who I believe have been lost in the shuffle here in New Japan. All they need is one match to really get their names out there, and this could in fact be the match. The winner, of course, will be facing TJP for the IWGP United States Championship, and honestly, to me, it doesn't matter who wins this matchup. I love any of the matches, and I greatly look forward to this. Why you put Desmond Xavier in your Styles Shoot promo? What's wrong with Desmond Xavier? Actually, I will talk a little bit about Desmond. I did a little research on him lately, and he has wrestled some pretty dang good matches. Like, he's wrestled freaking Ricochet before, and I watched the entire match. I was like, wow, that's honestly pretty good. Like, for a no-name, like, as some of you call him, he's not that bad. Of course, Desmond Xavier, in his debut match, defeated Hiroshi Tanahashi in his opening matchup at Wrestling Dentaku. Since then, he lost to Tanahashi and kind of got lost in the shuffle. Desmond bugs me because he uses a C in his name. It just looks weird. Matt, you make me laugh, thank you. So, where was I? Oh yeah, Desmond Xavier. He got lost in the shuffle after losing to Tanahashi. This could be his time to get back into the spotlight, which, of Of course, this man craves more than he craves air or water. And then you have this man. This man came into New Japan Pro Wrestling after the big release and sign deals that we had going on with the rosters. A lot of people got released, but then they got replaced. Well, not replaced, but new people came in and signed him. And this was one of those men. He's had an amazing matchup with Jack Swagger. He did phenomenal in the 8-man Battle Royal last week. It is another Shingo Takagi. Shingo, of course, again, he hasn't gotten a J Beats 2.0. Very good in my opinion. Top of the line wrestler, definitely going to be in the G1. But he just hasn't been able to just flip the switch. And this could be his opportunity. I would love to see Takagi versus TJP. Then again, I'd love to see Desmond Xavier versus TJP. Or Killer Cross for that matter. The Dragon, of course, here ready to fight here tonight. This is because none other than the CEO, Jesse James, believe that these three men, they are honestly very good athletes in their own right. They just got lost in the shuffle, and all they need is a little push. So, without any rhyme or reason, gave three of them an opportunity to become #1 contender. All they gotta do is they gotta beat each other. Can they do it, though? That is the real question. I want to know, guys, in this matchup, who do you got winning? Desmond Xavier, Shingo Takagi, or this next man about to make his entrance, Killer Cross. I say this about this man every single time. This man is talented in the ring. He is great inside the ring. But he just can't seem to pull the freaking trigger. I mean, I already have two pretty huge factions going on right now with OVE and Gallus. I'll say that. I gotta talk about this. It's that something that someone said in the comments is that he's so great, but he never wins. And that's the fact. His performance inside the ring is very, very good. But he can't pull the trigger, and he can't seem to just win a match. This could be his opportunity. He wins the match, he goes on to face TJP, and he wins the IWGP United States Champion. Of course, I do have to point that out. TJP, currently the only superstar with a championship who's undefeated, well, besides Goto, but TJP has had a lot more matches. Not to mention, still the inaugural champion since New Japan's new beginning. That's huge, in my opinion. All the other world champions, or not even world champions, but champions in general, since our opening show, have lost their titles since then. He is the only one. And now we got Takagi going after Killer Cross. Meanwhile, Desmond Xavier taking a moment to show off to the people. I'll be real, I almost put Suzuki in this matchup as well, but we have a little bit of a storyline with Hiroki Goto and Suzuki. If you don't remember, it was the two of them going at it, one-on-one for the #1 contendership to face Marty Scurll at Dominion, and Suzuki gave up in the match, if you remember that. So, don't think that storyline is over yet, because we're going to be seeing that come into realization. I won't be coming to realization tonight, but it will be in the near future. I will say that. That's why Suzuki is in this match. He was originally going to be taking the place of Desmond Xavier, but I feel like Xavier kind of earned this matchup a little more. Suzuki needs to return to be the animal he used to be. Now Killer Cross and Takagi going at it. Takagi just these forearms into the corner, and now it's another clothesline. Yeah, getting a little tongue-tied there. Sorry, guys. Killer Cross with a reversal going for clotheslines of her own. Meanwhile, Desmond Xavier taking a little bit of a breather on the top rope, it looks like. Finally getting up, deciding it's time to again taunt to the crowd, but this time it's going to cost him. This time it's going to cost him big. This Killer Cross throws Desmond Xavier into the middle of a ring. Desmond Xavier reversal now. Killer Cross. Killer Cross. And Desmond going for the cover one. Kick out of the window. I'm trying to get that New Japan feel. I feel like when it comes to universe moves, you kind of like want to get the feel of it all. For example, Beats Wrestling felt like it was a spin-off of WWE, just replacing the Universal Championship with the Beats Wrestling Championship. You know what I mean? And even the style of Matt's AEW and my New Japan Pro Wrestling, even though they are completely different from the way they are on television or even in pay-per-views, they still feel like they're still part of the company. Like, for instance, Matt's AEW and my New Japan, just by rewatching my stuff and watching that stuff live, it feels so different from one another. And they're both very good. Oh my goodness. That was quick. Well, the Dragon has struck and pinned Killer Cross. Dang. Shingo Takagi has won in very quick fashion. I can't seem to just have one show with really good long matches for all of them. There has to be the one that's quick. And this, of course, was a triple threat match. The match I wasn't planning on. I honestly thought the Jack Swagger and Taichi match was going to be pretty quick. But this one was faster. So, not only did he win, though, but he pinned the person still to not win any match. And honestly, the man who keeps on getting pinned in these number one contenders matches, too, that's Killer Cross. Maybe Killer Cross has got to go back to the drawing board and rethink what he does things. But it is confirmed. We now have our first matchup set up for the next pay-per-view. We're going to be seeing TJP defending the IWGP United States Championship against Shingo Takagi. Very much looking forward to that matchup. So we now move on to our main event. Now, of course, we already know what our main event is. It is our IWGP Heavyweight Champion, Hiroki Goto, going one-on-one against our IWGP Intercontinental Champion, Eli Drake. I expected a longer match, at least, Matt. It's a triple threat. They're supposed to be long, and they're supposed to be like, oh my gosh, who could win? Any one of them could win. And it was short, and honestly, probably the most obvious guy won. I don't know why you're saying the only reason he has the IC title is because of you. Like, how is that true? Just saying, because he was facing Punk one-on-one. And then, I don't know, I can't remember if MJF was in his corner at Dominion. He might have been. Welcome to your life. Because usually when it comes to my matches, I won him the match at Dominion. Did you? To be completely honest, my brain, I'm that tired. I have no idea if MJF was even in this corner. I probably should search it up real quick. I will say, here in this main event, these are the three biggest winners, in my opinion, at Dominion. Hiroki Goto defeated Marty Scurll to reclaim the IWGP Heavyweight Championship from NXT. Really awesome. Eli Drake had a great matchup against Trevor Lee for the IWGP Intercontinental Championship. And we already know about what happened with MJF and CM Punk. Yes, CM Punk was our inaugural IWGP Intercontinental Champion. He defeated Hideo Itami for it. He then defeated Hideo Itami in a Falls Count Anywhere match, defending that title. He defended the title in a Fatal 4-Way ladder match with Eli Drake, MJF, and Darby Allin. He then lost to Eli Drake twice in a row. So his record right now is actually like 3-2, I believe it is. He might have had another match in between there, but I can't really remember what it was. Meanwhile, MJF currently is 2-2, I think, actually. Let's see, he lost the Battle Royal, he lost the ladder match, he won against Allen, he lost against Allen, and he won against Punk. He's 2-3. So yeah, Punk was one of our longer champions. I honestly thought he was going to defend against Trevor Lee, and that was the big shocker. But he was too distracted with MJF to worry about Trevor Lee, that Trevor Lee was able to take advantage of it all. There he is, though. This is going to be one heck of a match. It is champion versus champion here in the main event. Eli Drake, of course, huge success since claiming that Intercontinental Championship around his waist. And, of course, you can see behind him his tag team partner, his best friend, MJF. Two of them together make the untouchable charisma, which they are. If you could see, read his shirt underneath his title, screaming at people, calling them dummy. And, of course, MJF, probably the biggest insulter, smack talker, whatever you want to call him, in the world is MJF. Alright, here we go. World Heavyweight Champion versus Intercontinental Champion Hirooki Goto versus Eli Drake. Like I said, for you, Josh, and for Ken, I will be posting the full roster in the Universe chat after the show. We'll be posting it in the show so you can pick up whoever you would like. I think the only one who's really taken, CM Punk is taken by AJ, Zack Sabre Jr. is taken by LX, and MJF is taken by Matt. And I think that's honestly all the ones we've got taken, because everyone else either got fired or released or etc. Eli Drake now already looking strong against Goto. Of course, that's because of the fact of MJF in the corner there. Of course, we've seen Hirooki Goto in many matches before. Currently undefeated, but took him a long time to finally get his matches going. In his first opening matchup, it was against Minoru Suzuki, which Suzuki gave up halfway in the match. His next matchup was against Hiroshi Tanahashi, in which Jericho came in and attacked Goto, because he said, I wanted to take out Tanahashi. I don't want you to beat him. I'm going to beat him. It was really weird. Can't explain why he did it. After that, he had an amazing matchup against Jeffrey Cobb. Like, honestly, probably one of the better matches we've seen on New Japan Live was Hirooki Goto versus Jeff Cobb. And then, of course, an equally great matchup against Marty Scurll at Dominion, reclaiming the greatest prize here in New Japan Pro Wrestling. Well, Eli Drake, he's had some pretty darn good matches too. Oh my goodness, I thought he flipped him over the ropes there. You know, the tag team match that Untouchable Charisma had against the Seekers of Darkness. Very good matchup, even though they lost. You know, and then we've seen him go against Punk twice and beat Punk twice. The Battle Royal, in which it came down to him and Austin Aries. Very back and forth matchup between the two. Eli Drake, honestly, his resume is not pretty bad here in New Japan. It's why he's the current IWGP Intercontinental Champion. Goto's new. Goto came here in the whole signing and re-signing business. But since then, he's become the biggest name in our business. Now, meanwhile, we had MJF. Wasn't here at the very beginning, but did come here shortly after, making waves, taking out Darby Allin, taking out CM Punk. And his next target is Hirooki Goto. Gotta think, though, if MJF does win the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, you must know Darby Allin is coming on his way. A huge slap to the face of Drake. Goto now picking him up and swinging him back down. And now MJF again getting in the face of Hirooki Goto, all benefiting Eli Drake. Eli Drake just picking the bones now of Goto. Now, Eli Drake turning him around. Knee to the face into a clothesline. Now Hirooki Goto going for a reversal of his very own. What does MJF do? MJF throwing in a... Oh my goodness. Did he land on it? Oh, he did! He landed on it! MJF's maneuver backfired! MJF's maneuver completely backfired! Oh my god. That's freaking awesome, yo. I can't believe that just happened. Literally, MJF is the reason why Eli Drake lost that matchup. Look at this again. Boom! Right onto the steel chair. Hiroki Goto victorious here tonight against the Intercontinental Championship. Meanwhile, MJF, of course, screaming at the ref right now. He's like, you didn't see? This man used a steel chair to beat his opponent. You don't see that? This man, he had to use a steel chair. He must have had someone bring the steel chair out and put it in the ring at the perfect time. This isn't fair, I tell you. This isn't fair. So Hiroki Goto, of course, victorious here in the main event, thanks to the actions of his challenger. The next pay-per-view being MJF. As we now, the ring is entered, and all of a sudden the music of none other than Chris Jericho hits. We've been waiting to hear from Chris Jericho all night. In case you don't know, it was career versus career at the main event of Dominion between Chris Jericho and Hiroshi Tanahashi, which Jericho came out with the win. An amazing win by Chris Jericho, which means Hiroshi Tanahashi is gone from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Chris Jericho making his way to the ring, grabs the mic. Did you all see what happened last week at Dominion? The best outcome imaginable happened. We are finally free of Hiroshi Tanahashi now and forever, and it feels amazing. You smell that in the air? It's the winds of change. Because everyone knows that the plan backfired. Both mine and Hiroshi Tanahashi's contracts expired tonight. They only wanted to have one of us come back, and they wanted it to be Tanahashi. And the fact of the matter is, they didn't count on the fact that I am the best in the world at what I do. It's facts. Look what happened so far since I've been here in New Japan. John Morrison's reign as IWGP Heavyweight Championship, gone. Hiroshi Tanahashi is no longer here, gone. And who's to say maybe I didn't lose? Who's to say maybe I lost the IWGP Heavyweight Championship to NXT on purpose? Send this whole entire company into chaos. Which I have done. I have done everything in New Japan that I've always wanted to do, and I'm about to screw everyone here over and Jesse James over. Like I said, my contract with New Japan runs out tonight. And I have run out literally their biggest star, in which I am now their biggest star. And I'm about to make New Japan lose this war as I quit New Japan Pro Wrestling. Where I'll end up, I don't know. All I know is New Japan has now lost the two biggest stars they've got. And Jesse James, you can go to hell. Drops the mic, flips everybody off, and walks out of the building. Chris Jericho has single-handedly screwed over New Japan Pro Wrestling. He basically said he didn't really give it his very all against Marty Scurll to drive the company into into chaos. He then made sure Hiroshi Tanahashi was gone, and as the biggest punch in the gut, he doesn't resign and he quit. Chris Jericho is now public enemy number one for everyone here in New Japan Pro Wrestling, as we now close out tonight's show. Oh my goodness, what a good show. Honestly, tonight's show was pretty darn good in my opinion. Very story driven, I would say. So let's recap for the night. Started off, Seekers of Darkness getting a big victory over the Forces of Nature in our opening match. Very good tag team matchup. Couldn't ask for a better one, which we found out after the matchup. Zack Sabre Jr. has laid claim to being the first opponent of Jungle Boy for the IWGP Junior White Championship. We don't know if Jungle Boy has accepted the match or not, but we will find out next week. After that, in an equally great matchup, Jack Swagger versus Taichi, a very personal battle. Back and forth it went, and it looks like Taichi was going to win, but Swagger did not give up. And in the end, he was able to win against Taichi, which we then found out after that we would be seeing in the main event, Hiroki Goto versus Eli Drake, and in preparation for Goto and MJF's match at the next pay-per-view. After that, triple threat match to determine the new number one contender for the IWGP United States Championship, currently held by TJP, in which, in a very quick matchup, Shingo Takagi defeated or pinned Killer Cross to become the new number one contender. And now it is confirmed we will be seeing Takagi versus TJP at the next pay-per-view. And in the main event, with a little misplaced aid from MJF, Hiroki Goto defeated Eli Drake after Goto used his finisher, and at the same time MJF threw a steel chair into the ring, which caused Goto to drop Eli Drake on the steel chair, or on his head onto the steel chair. Yeah. I still can't believe that. Of course, after the matchup, MJF basically was saying, he's like, hey, are you really going to let him do that? You're going to let him you use a steel chair to win? What kind of a ref are you? Of course, MJF, very cheating ways, kind of backfired on him here tonight. And then after that, the biggest bombshell of them all, Chris Jericho basically sabotaging New Japan Pro Wrestling from the very beginning. First step, defeat John Morrison. Second step, lose the IWGP Heavyweight Championship to NXT, making them lose their top prize. Third step, eliminate Hiroki Goto and get him fired from New Japan. And finally, the last step in the plan, leave New Japan without their two biggest stars. I can't believe Chris Jericho went through all that, but he did. And now what happens? I mean, yes, we lost our two biggest stars, but what happens next? I mean, there's got to be somebody to take those ranks. I mean, for all we know, could be seeing the new ones take their spots, being Hiroki Goto and MJF. Oh, what a good show, though. I thoroughly enjoyed this show. We had action, we had some storytelling, and we had a very, very funny ending to our main event. But before we go off air, I want to announce for anyone who doesn't know what's going to be going on in actually exactly 3 weeks from today. I was offered about a week ago. I was offered about a week ago by my good friend, official JRJ, a ticket to Clash of Champions. All I had to do to go to Clash of Champions was provide a plane ticket for me to get down there. I had to wait almost an entire week before I got paid to buy said ticket, but I have in fact bought my plane ticket. I will be going to Clash of Champions with my very good friend, official JRJ, aka Josh, which I am excited for, but probably what I'm even more excited for is that I finally get to meet Josh face to face. I can't wait for it. I get to be the first person of his viewers that he gets to meet. It was going to be Matt, but Matt kind of screwed it up like almost a year ago. Over a year ago, actually. But it's okay. I will gladly take the crown of being the first one he meets. Just kidding, Matt. I love you. But anyways, I'm very excited. So if you guys are going to be watching Clash of Champions, keep a lookout for Josh and I. I know Josh is doing some Twitter competition in which I might do it too, just to copy him. And give maybe more than one person the option to win. I don't know. I'll think about it. But I'm very excited for it. And it all goes down in 3 weeks. I'll be flying out to him on September 14th. I'll be there until the 16th. So I can't wait for it. It's going to be a lot of fun. And yeah. So, a good show, a good storyline, and a little fun thing coming up in my life. So, all good things happen in tonight's show, honestly. But anyways, guys, if you're new to stream, see what you like what you see, please, 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 hit that like button, subscribe, turn notification, let me go live, and leave a comment down below what your favorite match of the night was. Honestly, even though the 2 opening matches were freaking awesome, I gotta go with that main event just because the ending was freaking hilarious. But anyways, this has been Jesse James, and that was Real Wrestling.